Are you thinking about making the move to either Austin, Texas, or one of the suburbs outside of Austin, maybe someplace like Dripping Springs, Texas, or Wimberley? You found the right spot, guys. Chris Peshek, broker associate at Peshek Properties. In this video today, I'm going to show you what under $800,000 looks like in Dripping Springs, Texas. Take a look at this house with me. All right. A lot of times when you think about Dripping Springs, you're thinking about large acreage and stuff like that. But this house is in Headwaters, which is one of my favorite master plan communities here. It's between Dripping Springs and Austin. The cool thing about Headwaters is all of the houses have kind of this little farmhouse type feel. And you can see here with the hardy plank on the front, that's exactly what this is. Headwaters probably has the nicest amenities of any subdivision in Dripping Springs. Now, it's probably close with Calaterra, but their pool and all that stuff up there at the front is absolutely insane. It's beautiful. And even though the HOA fees are a little bit higher, a little over $100 a month here, that also includes your basic high-speed internet, and cable is included in that. So really good way to, I don't want to say fit within a budget, but when you're not having to pay for additional internet and stuff like that, it definitely saves you some money. And from what I hear from my clients that live out here, the internet's actually really good for that. You can upgrade it if you need higher speeds, but you don't necessarily have to. But this house today, we are looking at just square feet. And it really just feels a lot like home. You walk up to the front, you've got this giant front porch. Now, the front of the house faces west, which is really nice because, well, you're not having to worry about the heat in the back. And this is a corner lot. Huge front porch. And let's go in. But anyway, I was talking about it facing west. That means your back faces east, and you're going to have some great sunrise views, and you're going to have that nice morning sun to have your coffee. But one of the first things that you notice when you come in are the really nice wood floors. Very good upgrade in here. Got a little bit of a hallway to enter here, and this floor plan's a little bit quirky. But overall, it lays out pretty well. So when you come in, the first thing you're going to have on your right is basically an office area. And you've got, oh God, this floor plan's got so much good light. You've got these windows right there looking out onto the front patio from the office. This is a good sized room. It looks like it's about 11 feet by 10 feet. So you could probably fit 2 desks in there if you needed to. And then as you continue down this foyer, this is a nice wide foyer. You've got a formal dining area here off to the right. And again, 2 more large windows there. And then we'll head into the kitchen, kind of that main living area, kitchen and main living as we come through. Now, there's a lot of upgrades in here, and that's one of the things that I always like to talk about are what are the upgrades? As somebody who used to build houses, these things catch my eye. Now, we've got gas cooking in here, nice apron sink, gray cabinets, which are still popular. And then you've got, I'm a sucker for backsplashes that are not normal. I don't like the ones that look like mosaic. That's just me. But I love herringbone patterns, especially just with a simple subway tile. Now, this is a beveled subway tile. You can see it's got that extra little facet on there. But I love herringbone, and they've got it trimmed just with a regular running bond around. But this kitchen has a ton of cabinets. And again, you've got a huge back window, back sliding door right here. So it lets in a ton of light. And in the morning, this thing is just absolutely flooded with light. Huge island here. Again, quartz countertop all the way across it. And you've got that cool herringbone back behind, 36-inch cooktop, which is a little bit of an upgrade. Most of the time you're seeing 30-inch cooktops. So that's a little bit wider. It's a 5-burner, not a 4-burner. And one of the other things that they do well, and my wife and I did this in our house, is they put in drawers under the cooktop. So we keep our pots and pans in there. It's a lot easier to get to them in those drawers than it is if they were in cabinets. See in the backside of the island here. And again, nice sink. Everybody's liking these big porcelain sinks now. Now, a little bit weird. That refrigerator is too big. Guys, do me a favor. This is just like a pet peeve of mine. See how far that refrigerator sticks out? This is a normal size countertop. Okay. Um, and that's a normal height for a fridge. But people always think that they need the biggest fridge they can possibly get, and this is what they end up with. So it feels cramped when you're walking through here. They make these things called counter depth fridges, which the door starts right here at, you guessed it, counter depth. And I mean, in this house, you would free up probably 6 inches of walking room right there if they had just put a counter depth fridge in. For the most part, if you're buying a house, for this one's listed at 785, you can probably go to Craigslist or Facebook and get you an extra fridge for the garage. Put a counter depth fridge inside your house, please. That was a little bit snarky of me, wasn't it? Sorry. This is the garage here. Got a really good size utility room here. For some reason, builders now, they don't put gas and electric for the dryers anymore, unless I mean, you have to pretty much special request that. So get used to seeing electric for your dryers. This also, again, this is a big room. So you do have room. You could put a washout sink in here. You could also put that extra fridge in here. You've got a circuit right here for a fridge, and you could have an ice maker in here even. So you wouldn't even need a second fridge in the garage. It could be inside. But got that wood floor throughout. I'm going to pop out into the garage really quickly. A couple things I want to show you. So this is a 3-car garage if you didn't see it from the front. And they already have a water softener and a filter loop, or a filter in here on the loop. A lot of houses now are coming with the filter or the softener loop, which is just that plumbing up there, and you have to add your own. But here in Dripping Springs, in the hill country, and I mean really Austin in general, we all get our water from the same place. It comes from aquifers under the ground, and the water can be pretty hard. So a water softener is highly recommended. This house has got tankless water heaters, in-ground irrigation, all of that stuff. It was only built a couple of years ago, so it's pretty much decked out. And it feels good in here. I don't know, this is a little bit quirky. It's like a little sitting area maybe, or a breakfast area. I don't really understand that personally on this floor plan. And the fireplace is nice, and you've got a lot of area for built-ins here, but at the same time, I don't know that I really would have matched the tile on the fireplace to the backsplash. I think I would have done something a little bit different personally. But it's not bad. It looks nice, and it's clean, and it's bright. Just for a personal thing, that is not something I would have chosen. So that's the master bedroom over there to that side. Make sure you hang around for the end of the video, because that master bath is really nice. That'll probably be the last thing that I do. And you can start to see the view there. We'll get to that in a second, but let's start with these secondary bedrooms and things like that. So there are a lot of bedrooms here. Now, this could almost be a second master. And that's one thing that I would do. This is the bathroom for it. Got a little bit of a builder grade tile here, 12 by 12 or 13 by 13 tile. Again, it's not really upgraded all that much. And again, in Dripping Springs, in this price point, $750, you're not going to see the finest of all finishings. And especially when the house is just a couple of years old, like this one is, because they ended up buying at the top of the market. And unfortunately, they're not wanting to lose money. So, this house is probably going to sit here for a little while. But I'm just being completely honest, because that's what I do. But again, quartz countertops in the bathrooms as well. You do have your little shampoo shelf there. One thing that's kind of a pet peeve for me in this price point, I feel like the tile should go all the way up to the ceiling. It just feels like something that's a little bit more luxury, and they didn't do that in here. So just things that I like to point out. And in terms of pointing out, one thing that I do love, you've got 8-foot doors in here. It's really nice, and all of the doors match. You can see that door going out onto the patio is the same height as the rest of the doors, so they are all 8-foot doors. Now, before we pop into this bedroom, I will say, if you needed like a mother-in-law setup, you would need to add a door here on the outside to give full privacy and an ensuite bath. But it would be really cool because if you did have, in-laws or something living with you, they would again have their own ensuite bath. They would have their own private access to the back porch here. And this would be kind of a second master suite because this room is way big enough. You can put a king size bed in here. And again, facing east, and you've got some nice little views here. Now, you can see over here that they are going to be adding more houses, but you still have nice views. This is a greenbelt lot, which just about everything in Headwaters is, but most of them are going to be a little bit of a greenbelt lot, and then you're going to have another house on the other side. Well, that's the little low water creek area back through there. And so you're always going to have nothing behind you. You're going to have trees. You're going to have wildlife. You're going to see deer and fox and stuff running around down there. So really, really nice here on the back of this house. Now, the carpet in these bedrooms is a Berber. It's a textured carpet, so a little bit of an upgraded carpet. It's definitely not the cheapest thing that the builder had, so that's always nice to see. And so that's the second bedroom on the first floor. We've got another bathroom here and two more bedrooms. So there are 4 bedrooms on the first floor here, in addition to an office and and that formal dining area. This bathroom is a lot like the other one. Again, a little bit of a builder grade tile. I would have loved to see a bit of an upgrade there, but this was probably built by the builder as a spec home, and so somebody didn't have the choice of the tile. And again, you've got I don't mind this pattern, but again, take it all the way to the ceiling. Builders should know better, but if they cut the cost $100 here and they build 1,000 homes a year, well, they made themselves an extra $100,000. It's the way I always like to look at it. Secondary bedrooms are good size. This is about 11 by 12. Probably couldn't put a king in here, but could easily put a queen size bed there. Could put a queen size bed there. You might be able to fit a king there. And closets are good size. Again, 8-foot doors. That's always nice to see, even in the secondary closets. And then this room is almost an exact replica in terms of size. Closet's a little bit bigger in this one because it goes back under the stairs a little bit. All right, now let's go take a look upstairs. And if you've watched my other videos, you already know they put carpet on these stairs because that's the most expensive place to put wood floors. So they opted for carpet because it's much cheaper. Now at the top, it's technically not a bedroom. It's like a secondary living area. It's big. It could easily be another bedroom. And the reason I say that is because it's got a giant closet and it's got a full ensuite bath. So, maybe that teenage daughter that needs her own space, or that son that can't quite get out of the house. This could be their bedroom, technically. You could add a door somewhere, potentially here at the top of the stairs, maybe at the bottom of the stairs, or this is just that area where the kids hang out and play video games on weekends with their friends, and they've got a bathroom up here, and you don't really have to worry about it. Just tell them to go upstairs and stay quiet. But a nice additional bedroom. So this technically could be a 5-bed, 4-bath house. Again, if you had a need for that, it could be done. You could also put another door down here at the bottom that could be filled in. I mean, when you're adding something like that, you're talking about $1,500 maybe. But what that would look like from here is you would have this additional door there, just closing that off, and then it would be a private bedroom up there. All right, let's head to the backyard before we take in that master. And again, guys, if you like this content and if you're thinking about moving to the area, give the channel a subscribe or like as well, so you see more of my videos. I do content like this all the time. It's a blast for me. I really, really enjoy doing this, especially for my out-of-town and out-of-state clients. Now, the backyard's a little bit quirky as well. We've got a big retaining wall right here. You can kind of see maybe that it drops off back there. And I'll kind of walk down here to give you a better view of it. So the good and bad of this, so there's your retaining wall down there. The good and bad, first of all, you're not really going to have deer in your backyard. They're not going to jump up here, so you can have nice things like roses, because deer eat basically everything here. And you know, again, your neighbor behind you is green space. That's all it is. Really, really nice. Pretty quiet here. Now, the downside about it is the yard slopes quite a bit. So, you know, if you dropped a ball up there, it would definitely roll down. But, you know, not too bad, not too bad. But the great thing about this backyard is this side yard. Like I mentioned, this is on a corner lot. So you've got this huge, huge side yard over here. And this area through here is a lot flatter. Really, really nice side yard. Got to have the purple martin houses. I wish I could get my purple martins back. But really nice. Man, they've done some really nice landscaping. That's like a topiary rose bush there. But really good sized backyard for dogs or kids. And now we're going to go take a look at that master. Oh, another good thing that I'm seeing on the outside is the paint's been pretty well taken care of. I mean, you've got screws and nails and stuff from things that were hung on the walls, but overall, this house is move-in ready. There's not a lot of scuffs on the wall and things like that. You know, if you wanted to add an extra door or something like that, you would have to do it. But outside of that, this thing's ready to go. All right, so let's take a look at this master. Very, very nice. Huge, huge room. A lot of room for a king-size bed, sitting area or workout equipment. You know, if you had a elliptical or Peloton or something, but also a lot of windows. And again, east facing, this gets morning sun, and that top of that hill, you can see your morning sunrises. We get some fiery ones, and we see a lot of pinks and yellows and stuff like that in our sunrises here. That's going to be beautiful in the morning out of these back windows. Absolutely incredible that you've got this kind of lot with that type of view looking back there. Really, really nice. Now, heading to the bathroom, can you say 2 closets? 2 good sized closets, and they are the same size. But yeah, really nice sized closets in here. And that wood floor goes all the way through the closets as well, and then turns to tile as we go into the wet area. Now, this tile they upgraded. It's a 2 foot by 1 foot tile. I wish they would have done this in the other bathrooms, but again, I didn't build it. So check it out. 2 big vanities, huge soaking tub right by the window. Great place to read a book. The nice thing about this, though, is that shower. Look how big that shower is. That thing's every bit of 8 feet across, 4 foot deep. Again, wish they would have taken the tile all the way up, but they didn't. Glass surround, 2 shower heads. Showering for 2 in the morning. And then at the bottom, there's no curb. You just step into it. So actually really good for, you know, potentially somebody with a little bit of a disability, maybe can't lift their legs up as much, or an aging parent, something like that. Really, really, really nice shower in here. Toilet room. And that's it. So guys, there you go. Under $800,000. Right now it's priced at $785,000, 3,000 square foot. 4 bed, 4 bath, could be a 5 bed, 4 bath. And all the bathrooms are full baths, not a half bath. And that back facing east, looking at the Texas Hill Country, big old covered porch. Really, really, really nice features here. And if you made it this far, again, guys, I would love a subscribe. This is the kind of content that I do all about Central Texas, driving around, what kind of houses you can expect to buy here, and everything else. And if you're moving to this area, whether it's 9 days, 90 days, doesn't matter, give me a call. I'm all about making your move as smooth as possible. See you on the next video.